Let's talk about the farewell.
因为生活呀，不光是你去做什么，更是你如何去做。傻孩子。
Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage and like many movies, The Farewell is based on a true story. But in this case there's a twist to that, because it's based on an actual lie. The Farewell stars Awkwafina as Billy, a Chinese woman living with her parents in New York City. At the beginning of the film, she finds out that her beloved grandmother Nene has terminal lung cancer and only a short while left to live. But instead of telling Nene the truth, her family decides to keep her in the dark and to schedule a fake wedding in China so that everyone can see her one last time and make her remaining time a happy and cheerful one. The Farewell is a drama with some sparks of humor in it, and because we just got a very serious disease in my family as well, it really hit me hard. But even if it weren't for my personal background, this movie still is a remarkable film. I actually didn't know about its production history until I finished it, but I think it's good to shed some light on it because it makes it even more impressive and also more crazy. But for the crazy part, you have to see it for yourself first. I won't tell you about that. The Farewell was written and directed by Lulu Wang, making it her second feature film, and it's actually her own story that she's telling here. And you can really feel that earnest desire to share it with the audience who's watching. Apparently, she was talking about her grandmother's illness and how the family dealt with it on the radio program This American Life, and producers got interested in adapting it into this big Disney-like, lush, melodramatic feel-good movie, giving the protagonist a big romance storyline, making the wedding her wedding, and so on. But that wasn't the story Lulu Wang wanted to tell, and she found a way to make it her own, and the result is deeply personal and yet a universal film that should speak to many people out there. I guess it's safe to say that the whole concept of not telling someone the truth about their condition appears very strange and probably also wrong for a Western audience. Apparently this approach is much more accepted in the East. For me, it was certainly an aspect to think about throughout the film, and while I don't personally agree with it for my own life, the film is able to show you this different perspective. It's Awkwafina's character Billy who is really struggling with it as well. She's our access point to the whole story, and she's also kind of the alter ego of filmmaker Lulu Wang, though she only loosely based her on her own personal story. The Farewell is a film about saying goodbye, about grief, but also about celebrating life and community. And it's also a film about immigration, about the East and the West, and it becomes a discussion point more than once when a big Chinese family is gathering together. As a matter of fact, a big majority of the film consists of just sitting together and talking, sitting together and eating, and the casting and the characters are quite wonderful. Even if some of them only speak a few times, they all contribute in creating this family bond. Of course, the biggest part and also the standout performance comes from Awkwafina. Her character feels so natural and genuine, and the relationship she has with her grandmother is deeply moving. Nene is played by Shuzhen Zhao, and believe it or not, this is her only acting credit. I have no idea who she is, but she is so warm and fun and lovable in the film, you wish you could see her in more. The overall storytelling and presentation is kind of restrained. The color palette is rather subdued and natural, and there's nothing really flashy to be found. Combined with the score by Alex Weston, which features many strings, the film is able to create this absorbing mixture of emotional weight, of slowness, of contemplating, and also some levity and humorous moments sprinkled in. I think the music got to me the most. The music and the inevitability of every life coming to an end, without it ever feeling overtly dramatic or manipulative. But I have to be honest with you guys, I haven't cried this much watching a movie since David Lowery's 2017 A Ghost Story. There's a scene where Billy's uncle is trying to explain why they think not telling Nene the truth is the right approach. It's so that she doesn't have to carry the burden. It's her family that's doing it for her. Her family is becoming the bearer of sadness and grief, and I deeply felt that the audience is sharing that responsibility with Billy and her family. As we watch, we share the pain and the knowledge with them, so that Nene can be happy some more time. It's a beautiful, heartfelt film, and for me personally it was also a very cathartic experience. So in German I'd say, The Farewell erzählt eine simple, aber unglaubliche unglaubliche, wahre Geschichte. Und auch wenn sich alles um eine Lüge kreist, zeichnet sich der Film doch vor allem durch seine emotionale Aufrichtigkeit aus. Awkwafina glänzt in jedem Augenblick und Lulu Wang lässt uns alle teilhaben an der Trauer, am Abschied, aber auch an der Freude des Lebens. I give the farewell 8 out of 10. It's more like 8.4, but I don't do that.
好多了，好多了，好多了，再来点气儿，再来点气儿。
Alright, like always, comment below and let me know what you think about the farewell. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram and Letterboxd simply at @thejimmycage. And if you enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like, and make sure you hit that bell for all I have to tell.